Hi folks, we're going to take a look at 10b from page 225. So here they're giving us a piece of information. They're actually giving us an approximation for tangent of 2 pi over 9, and they want us to use this approximation to come up with an approximation for cotangent of 13 pi over 18. Okay, so the first thing that I notice is that they're giving me information about tangent, and they want us to use that to find information about a cotangent value of a different angle. So here, I'm hoping you're going to think of using your correlated angle identities, okay? Because it's a tangent equal to a cotangent of different angles. So likely we're going to have to use one of those identities, okay? So the question is which one? Because, you know, we've got a whole bunch of relationships between tangent values and cotangent values. Just got to figure out which one we're going to work with. So first thing I notice is that 2 pi over 9, okay, is in the first quadrant. So, you know, we'll make that equal to my theta in the first quadrant. All right, and let's see where 13 pi over 18 lives. Well, it's bigger than 9 pi over 18, so it's bigger than pi over 2, but it's less than 1, so it's less than pi. So it means this has to live in the second quadrant. All right, and what I'm hoping is that not only is it going to live in the second quadrant, but I guess I'm really hoping that this is going to be equal to pi over 2 plus our theta. Because if it is, then we can use our correlated angle identity. Okay, so let's test that out here. Let's do pi over 2 plus 2 pi over 9, and let's see if we get 13 pi over 18. Okay, if we do, then it means we can use our correlated angle identity. Okay, so let's put everything over 18. So this is going to be 9 pi over 18 plus this is going to become 4 pi over 18. And lo and behold, this is equal to 13 pi over 18. Okay, so what do we know about these angles here when dealing with the tangent and the cotangent? Well, I know that the cotangent of pi over 2 plus theta is going to be related to tan of theta. I should have made that a little further away. But what is going to be the relationship? Well, we're in the second quadrant, and cotangent is negative there. So it's going to be equal to negative tan of theta. All right? So that means that when I look at cotangent of 13 pi over 18, that represents our pi over 2 plus theta. That's going to be equal to the negative of tan theta. And what was theta? It was our 2 pi over 9. So this is just going to be equal to negative 0.8391 approximately. Okay? So you see we didn't actually have to do any calculations. We just had to find the relationship between these angles. All right? So let's take a look at the steps that I followed. First of all is to recognize that because I'm trying to equate a tangent value with a cotangent value, or at least find a relationship between them, that made me think of using correlated angles. All right. I looked at the quadrants of these two angles and found that one was in the first quadrant, this one was in the second quadrant. So that's why I was hoping to work with pi over 2 plus theta. So I showed that pi over 2 plus 2 pi over 9 was indeed equal to 13 pi over 18, which means that I could have applied this correlated angle identity. Okay, so 13 pi over 18, which is my pi over 2 plus theta, is going to be equal to the negative of the tangent of that theta, which is the exact value we were given. Okay, that's it for this one.